As you may have realised from the last video, I wasn't a massive fan of Singapore, so Chloe and I left and flew back to Bangkok to spend the next 4 days relaxing. Staying in Bangkok was ridiculously cheap for those days booked, because the pollution got so bad that in the city 352 schools shut down and the government made public transport completely free. I mean, look at it. We arrived when the pollution levels were starting to get better, so they were only at amber level as opposed to red a few days earlier. But a lot of the time outside was pretty hazy, and it wasn't just the weed I was smoking. To put this into context, air pollution is measured by the level of PM 2.5 pollutants, which are cancer-causing microparticles small enough to enter the bloodstream through the lungs in the air at any one time. The World Health Organization has guidelines that state humans shouldn't have an exposure to these microparticles to a rate of more than 15 micrograms per cubic meter in a 24-hour period. But at its worst in Bangkok, the levels reached 108 micrograms, more than 7 times the safe amount. And this issue is only becoming worse as the years go on, something to shove in the face of anyone denying that climate change is happening in real time these days. I must admit, I didn't go outside as much during this time because I'd start to get headaches just walking about, but I didn't mind because I had a massive apartment suite to relax in and loads of editing to do for a couple of my YouTube videos. I did take an opportunity on the first evening to go to a weed shop and pick up some pre-rolls for my days ahead, and I thought I've never mentioned my weed smoking in the first Bangkok video, so why not talk about it in this one? I didn't want to get too much because I had things to do, so I settled on 2 heavy 1-gram blunts, a dragon fruit punch sativa flavour for late afternoon, early evening when I was chilling, and a gorilla grape indica flavour for relaxing a few hours before bed. The pre-rolls cost 1200 baht together, which is about 14.30 and definitely not the cheapest around, but I only needed a few puffs each time because both were wrapped in keef and had a 40% THC content. These 2 lasted me for the whole of my time in Bangkok and a little bit after that, so I'm really not complaining. I have switched to gummies now though because they have really tasty ones over here, and I like the slow come up as opposed to the fast ones you get with smoking. Anyway, after a few days, the pollution felt like it started to ease up slightly, so I went out with Chloe to the largest street market in Thailand. So here we are in Chatuchak, the largest street market in all of Thailand. You can just get lost for hours between the narrow shops that are all around here. We came here looking for some food, ended up getting lost in loads of shops, and then settled upon a doner kebab place that had this amazing doner kebab sandwich. Yes.
First food you've had in about 2 weeks.
Now we're having a look around at the other stuff.
Giờ đang style tứ bự. Bây giờ tụi Việt Nam thì style tứ bự.
This place sort of reminds me of the souks in Marrakesh, only with the shop vendors here being way less pushy compared to Marrakesh. After a while, I left the market and went back to my hotel, but agreed with Chloe to do something together in the evening. So, when I decided to make this video, I thought to myself, I should probably base it on the things that my friends would want me to see. And I knew immediately what one of those things were, but I also thought to myself, I bet my friends would like to see me in an area surrounded by strippers. So that's where we're going to next. The place is called Soi Cowboy. This strip will just have, this piece of road will just have strippers literally up and down it. See strip clubs, brothels. It's a pretty wild place. It was actually quite close to where we were staying the first time in Bangkok. This time I'm a little further away, but I thought I'd show you guys. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to record because, like all areas with strippers, rules on cameras are a bit dodgy. but we'll see. To represent what kind of place this is, the street vendors are selling Viagra, poppers and condoms just on tables all along the street. Unsurprisingly, I wasn't able to film a lot. I didn't want to get the strippers in any shots anyway because one, that would be disrespectful, and two, not gonna lie, quite a few of them looked suspiciously young. But there was security everywhere and I'd barely get my camera out before someone would tell me to put it away. It is what it is, but Chloe and I had a couple beers at a bar and then went to a strip club where I can only describe what I saw as a Sticky Vicky remake with way more Thai strippers. That was that for Bangkok. I said goodbye to Chloe, who was travelling south to wait for a bank card to arrive, and I solo flew north for the first time ever to meet Ollie for some time in Chiang Mai.